Welcome back, guys, and feast your eyes on a still only partially decorated container rail freight depot. And wow, it's freaking awesome. And look at this animation on this. Look, it's actually going to go and pick up that container. Yeah, look, it's moving that DHL one over there. What's he going to do with it? I think he's going to stack it on top of that FedEx one. Oh, no, it's not. No. Where are you going to put it? I don't know. She's going to. Oh, he's just going to put it over there. But sometimes it puts them on top of other ones, and it's awesome. Anyway, that's that. So what's been going on? Well, to say I've been hard at work would be an understatement. I've been at this for I don't know, like 12 hours or so. And I've done loads and loads and loads of stuff. Now, I actually made a video while I was building stuff. Unfortunately, I lost the audio. There was just no audio there. So what I've decided to do instead, rather than do it again, which would just kind of be silly because I built so much stuff and upgraded so much stuff and whatever, that I'm just going to do a show and tell and take you around and show you all the stuff that I've done. And you can see there are a lot of changes. There's lots of new wagon types and truck types and all kinds of stuff going on here. But we're actually going to start over here, over in Maggle, right? And over in Maggle, I'm going to turn on the not those. I'm going to turn on the industry icons. We've got a goods factory here. Now, I have set up a bunch of lines to get plastic up here, and that'll be happening, and we're going to ride those lines, and you'll see the whole thing. I'm going to show you everything I've done, but we want to get planks up here, and getting planks up here is very, very easy. I know I've already done all the hard work, but I want to show you. So this is the forest, barking forest, so that's down here, and then we've got a sawmill up here, barking sawmill. And then over here, we've got the goods factory that needs the planks. So all we've got to do is put in a line. In fact, let's just do it. Don't talk about it. Do it. Because I've got so much to freaking show you and so many things to ride and whatever. So we're going to start off down here at the forest. Go up to where's the sawmill? That's the sawmill. So we want to go there. So we're going to go up there. So how are we doing this? Oh, look at this. We go up here, down here, then back, and then up this windy road, and yeah, okay. But on the way back, we want to stop at the goods factory and drop that stuff off. Right. Which we use. How about these? Yeah, fine. So we can carry. Oh no, these can't carry logs. Oh no. Oh man. Those can't carry logs. Oh man. We may not be able to. I don't think we could do this way, except with, where are we? The bog standard 40-ton trucks, which can carry everything. We're gonna need a fair few of these, so I'm gonna bang about, I don't know, like 35, 40, something like that. We'll bang those onto this line. Now the other lines I've been paying like very close attention to. Of course, when I actually come to the video, now it's slightly different. So off we go. Hooray! Now I'm going to crank it up a bit because I want these to actually get going and start producing and delivering and whatever. Let's see, where are we? October 9th. Let's see if this gets off and running. Once this is off and running, then I can go and show you all the stuff that's going on. Man, there's a lot to show you. Huge. And there we go. We've got production. Hooray! So that's going to send the logs up. We'll get planks going in here, and then we'll see. Now, this is the last product that we need in this half, on this side of the river, in this half of the island. It's the last product we need. So what I've been trying to do in this episode is get us to that point where all of these cities have got all of the products. And if we can get there, oh my God, what a step forward that's going to be. Right, where should we start? Let's start down in Shepshed. Yes, let's start down in Shepshed. So at Shepshed, down here at Honkelbriff A, am I going to put? Yeah, I'm going to put the goods icons on so you can actually see what's going on. So here we're picking up fuel and taking it up. Now, let's have a look. Let's slow you down a little bit. So let's have a look at these trains. These trains are kind of bit old, bit rubbish, don't you think? They're running on these old, what are they, 218s? Should we have a Renfer on here? It's only 75 miles an hour, but to be honest, on this run, it doesn't really matter that much. So go on, we'll have a Renfer on there instead. And am I going to put one top? Actually, they're not as powerful as I thought. Let's put one top and bottom. It's a relatively short train, so we'll add a couple of those. Yeah. Let's do that. So we've got a Renfer on the front and a Renfer on the back, and then just a relatively short train. That'll do. On, replace now. Yes. People want me to do different stuff, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. So let's crank this up. Let's get one of these trains to come down here and change. Here we go. And then we're gonna ride it up. And we're gonna do some rides. We'll do a mixture of first person and third person, depending on like what we want to see and stuff. So here's these nice Renfers. Let's drop you down there. Now this is a real shunting train. It's a real workhorse. Nothing fancy, just like a brick. Okay, so we were shipping goods up here. We are no longer shipping goods up this line. And I'm kind of tempted to leave this old bridge in, because it's... I don't know. Obviously, we need to decorate around it and whatever. I may redo it, but I think a nice kind of stone and wood bridge in there is kind of cool. I really like it. Yeah, these are pretty slow. Wow, struggling to get above 34 miles an hour. You know what? I may have to change that. I didn't think they would struggle that much. But to be absolutely honest, I mean, it doesn't actually need to go that fast. We should be the first person through the tunnel. Let's speed you up. Whiz through the tunnel, get out the other side, and we'll have our first ride towards, not into, but towards our rail freight yard. God, it's been ages since we've kind of seen the view from this end of things. So we're coming up here to Shepshed. So what's changed in Shepshed? Let's jump out and have a look. So, what's changed at Shepshed? Well, now I'm trying to remember if no, we changed this in the last episode, didn't we? Yeah, I don't think anything's really changed at Shepshed, apart from the trains. The trains have changed dramatically. These are the new trains. Now, because I'm making 20 billion, and because things are kind of like working a lot better, I'm starting to use some of these Siemens, the SU64U2s, which are very expensive to run, but they're kind of awesome. Let's click on you and we'll have a little bit of a ride with you. So I'm also using a different type of container, which are let's see, I can do this while you're watching. If I open this up and go to freight and go down here, it's I've used a mixture of these, not on this train, but on all the trains that you'll see. I've used a mixture of these two and these three down here. Now, if I click on one of these carry 34. They can carry a whole bunch of stuff, including oil. They carry all the stuff that a town needs. So goods, food, machines, tools, fuel. And there's one more, isn't there? No, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's another one. What's the other one? Oh, and construction materials. Actually, that's a point. Construction materials. Oh, I might have to change this to get construction materials down to Shepshed. Let's have a look. No, let it run. But let's have a look at Shepshed, because if we're not getting construction materials, this is exactly the kind of stuff that I want to find. Yeah, look, we're not getting construction materials down there. So I actually need to change the layout of that train. No, let's change the layout and then we'll ride it into town. You know what? I'm going to let that one go. We'll catch the next one whenever the next one comes back. Here's the next one. You'll do. So now we got. I've actually doubled the throughput. We've got 2 lines on here, which is Shepshed General 1 and Shepshed General 2. Now let's have a look at this. Shepshed General 1 and Shepshed General 2. And you'll see on here there's grain appearing. Oh yeah, because let's get rid of that. Because what I've set up over here at this farm, Shepshed Farm, is a little grain line. So we've got these trucks picking up from just a large truck station and shipping grain in these really nice grain silo trucks. Those are awesome. Love those. So we're shipping grain up to Shepshed Freight Station, and from Shepshed Freight Station it's going to get hauled up to the what the hell's it called? It's called the Container Rail Freight Depot. That's its official name. That's what I've actually named it. So yeah, Container Rail Freight Depot. It's a bit of a mouthful though, so I am going to struggle with that. Okay, so we've got these trains, but we do need the construction materials, so we're going to have a bit of a change. Now, I could set it up on like one of them, or I could change it on both of them. This has got 3 trains running on it. This has only got 2 trains running on it. I think what we'll do, I think we'll change this one. So we've just got these on here. So, okay, let's take off a couple of those. Now, this is a 240 train, because this Shepshed's still a 240 station. I haven't changed that, like quite deliberately. I'm going to change that by adding a couple of these cargo containers. Where are they? Yeah. I wonder if we can squeeze 3 onto there. 1, 2. Oh, we can. We can. I know normally we're limited to 245, but I deliberately left a bit of a gap between the platform and the start of the X. So if the train's a little bit longer, it's actually got space to turn around. So that's going to be fine. We just need to move the loco at this end up a little bit. And yeah. I'm just wondering whether to move these into the middle or just leave them there. I think I'm going to leave them there. Yeah, we'll leave them there. Okay, so replace those now. Yes. Cool. Am I going to do the same on these? No, I think I'm going to leave them. So that means we should now start seeing. I crank this up. Or we can start seeing, and we should start seeing, construction materials appearing in Shepshed. And the line to take it in is very simple and straightforward. So yeah, just need a bit of construction materials. These goods are actually showing up from when we used to be shipping goods up here, I think you'll find. So we need a new source of goods, which is going to be the one that we've just put in up here by Maggle. Okay, so Shepshed, where were we? We were up as far as coming into the rail freight depot. So pause. Let's jump on one of these. Oh, this has got the cargoes on. Let's jump on you. If I can. There we go. Right, let's put you down there. We'll have a bit of a third person ride on you. Normal speed. Normal speed. Some of these paint jobs are just awesome. I love them. Now, one of the reasons for changing the types of wagons that I'm putting in the consists is just to add to the whole container feel. So you'll see there's a lot of trains in here. Let's jump. Okay. You'll see there's a lot of trains using containers, regular containers, and also tank containers for carrying liquids. Now I've still got trains using like traditional tanks, but I wanted to like create as much of a container feel in here as is possible. But you can see having these containers just is, I think it just gives the right feel to the place. Mix of different locomotives. Now those are the double stock, Doppler stock containers, which are different to these ones. So again, we're getting a nice mix of stuff going around the place. Now, the other thing, which is like staggeringly cool, I think, if I zoom out here and bring this up, you'll see this pink line. I've set up an internal truck route between this depot here, and it's actually called the CRF Depot Internal 1, and it's this is just for transferring goods between this truck station here and this truck station here, which enables us to move goods between these two stations and these two stations. Okay, so that's what that is for, and it's not moving a lot, but it is moving some stuff. We go over here, look, you can see we've got fuel, tools, all like pretty much everything you can think of. And the great thing about these truck assets that I've used is that depending on what they're carrying, like this guy will be carrying fuel, yes he is, which is why he's got these tank containers. And then if you look at this, this can be pretty much anything else. Food, construction material, yeah, food on this occasion. But it could be tools or anything. What are you carrying? Machines. But again, it's all container based. So you watch it, you'll see them loading up. No, he's carrying some fuel. He's got half a load of fuel. Man, this place, once I get this concreted and like all the little details in, oh my god, it's going to be awesome. Oh, and by the way, thank you to Onion Jack for pointing me in the right direction of the car asset mod. And oh, here, I didn't tell you, I've added a couple of car parks in here. I did a little bit of decoration. I only spent about an hour on it. I put a car park in over here, and then I put a semicircular car park in over here just to be different. And I've surrounded the place with loading zones. So like all up here, and all this is loading zones, because I thought that kind of, again, added the right feel to it. I freaking love this place, I really do. Right, what the hell was I doing? I forgot. Oh yeah, the car assets. Let me just show you. I've actually put a nice silver BMW in here. Isn't that cool? Yeah, let's go in there. Take a look. So where are we? We're in here. We want car. Come on, cars. Oh, there's cars. And it's the car asset set by Bandian, Undian Jack, and Urban Games. And over here, this was the BMW that I put in. And you just move it around and it changes colour, which is sweet. And little Fiat 500. Let's put a little Fiat 500 in. Move you around. Let's put you over. Yeah, let's put you over this side. Oh yeah, nice yellow one. You need to just straighten up. Learn to drive, for heaven's sake. A bit more. There you go. And oh no, I want the yellow one. There we go. Cool. Sweet. So yeah, I'll be using that a lot, like over at the power station and whatever. So I'll be taking out all of these trucks from here and putting proper cars in, like when I get a chance. Like I said, been very busy. Right, next. So what else have I done here? Put those in, and we've got this truck route delivering into Peacehaven over here. Nothing fancy, just these plain white DB Schenker trucks sending the stuff in there. But over to Sedberg, I've used these trailers again because again I just wanted more of the container stuff going on, and it really does add to it having all of these trucks running around with all of the trains. And I've kept as much as I can a good mix of the trains, so we've still got some of the logs and planks on the state cars. We've still got some of the original oil tankers. It's a good eclectic mix of all the different types. Now, one thing that I have changed, let me pause. If I come over here, this green, this Guysev locomotive, which is just another Siemens train, but this line is a completely new line, okay? And this line goes down from the container yard. I think I'm going to start calling it the container yard, through this station and all the way down here to Cheshire. Okay, and what is it doing? Well, let me show you. Well, actually, no. Probably better to show you from here. This line is called Peacehaven Logs and Planks 2, and it's kind of duplicating the Logs and Planks line. In fact, where is the Logs and Planks line? The Logs and Planks line only goes this far. Yeah, where are you? Logs and Planks. There we go. Okay, so the Logs and Planks comes down to here. So we're getting logs, we're turning them into planks, bringing them over here, and then we're shipping those planks down here. Okay, and then because I've changed to these, before we were bringing them down on state cars, because I've changed to these containers, these can carry machines and tools. And that is why we no longer have a massive backlog of machines and tools here. Those are getting moved around. So I've added this train, this Logs and Planks 2, to move the logs that we're getting from this, this forest. Yes, this forest over here. We're shipping those in by truck into this. Yeah, Sedberg logs into this this truck station, and then we're shipping those out on this new line down to through Peacehaven Annex to here, and then the logs go up here, they get turned into planks, get shipped back, and then that line brings them back. It does stop on the way back at Peacehaven Annex to help bringing machines and tools, and you can see Peacehaven Logs and Planks 2, it's going to pick up 62 machines and 56 tools. And once it gets over here, that can be distributed all over the place. Now, one place that it couldn't be distributed before was along this line over to Tavistock. Well, we're changing that. I've left the Tavistock, the Peacehaven Tavistock fuel and crude line the same as it was. So we've still got exactly the same trains, and if I move that down there, they're still running just through the valley, bringing the crude down, processing it into fuel, dropping it at both ends, same as it was before. But I've added an extra line, and that extra line runs parallel all the way to the fuel line to Tavistock West. And I had to do a little bit of jiggery-pokery down here. I've added an extra line on here as well. And I've put in this bridge, which is, at the moment, it's a temporary bridge. I actually don't mind it, though. So, but I can't imagine it's going to end up being permanent. I think that's going to be just a temporary thing. Anyway, moving on. So what is this new line that I've put in? What's it for? Well, the new line is Peacehaven Tavistock grain. Okay, so why do we need a grain line? Well, we're bringing the grain from Shepshed Farm up to the container yard. So we're filling up with grain, but one of the benefits is that we can pick up like literally anything else. Machines, tools, food, goods, anything. Right? Which means that we improve our distribution network. Because we're not... we've got this full circle now. So that wherever we produce stuff, we can move it around. And it makes this more of a distribution hub, which I love. So that's the reasoning behind that. I really love these container trains now. I think they might be my favourite. We're not going to ride this like all the way through the valley because there's kind of no point at the moment because the valley isn't decorated, and whilst it's not unpleasant, it's just a little bit boring. So yeah. So we're going to zip as if we'd ridden it. We're going to zip all the way down here to Tavistock. Okay, so we're getting the grain from one farm being brought over here, but we're also bringing the grain in from another farm. We're bringing the grain in from Sedberg farm. Oh yeah. Now how are we doing that? Well, we've got these nice silo trucks. Let's jump on board with one of them. And where do we go? Ooh, it looks like we're... Oh man, that looks so freaking real. It looks like we're headed in the direction of the power station. Oh yeah, I found a use, like a real genuine use for the power station, railway station. The power station, railway station. So, should we speed this up just a touch? Get there. I mean, it is awesome to look at this, and I want to do some relaxing ride videos, which we will do. I mean, wow, seriously, wow. But right now in this video, I'm in a real hurry to just get through everything that I've done. So we zip along this road, and you know what? If I slow it down and I zoom out and I can show you. So we're coming from the farm down this road and then along here to the station. Quick bit of first person. Yeah, go on. Oh, I love the power station. I love all of this stuff. I love all the scenery. Some people going, the scenery's kind of, doesn't do anything for me, it's kind of meh. But for me, the scenery adds to all the other stuff. Like playing the game just becomes so much more fun because it's so immersive. Okay, so we come down here and we drop the grain off at the power station, railway station. Hurrah. Okay, so that's enough of that. So, grain gets put onto, and look, there's the grain. There's the grain. Loads of it, in actual fact. I need to click on that. 473. And I'm actually looking for a train. And oh, here we go. Here's a train. Now, this is an upgrade to the original line that was bringing fuel up here, and I've added these container cars. Why? Because they can carry the fuel, but if they're not carrying fuel, they can carry anything else like grain. Now this guy's full of crude oil, which is a bit of an issue because he shouldn't be bringing crude oil up here. And I spotted this before. And I've got to find a solution to allow some things and stop other things. And it's actually kind of difficult. Now, I could change this to only allow fuel up here. And change, let's see, if I come down here and click on this. We've only got the one line going up there. I could put, and I may have to put in a second line, which is just with grain cars. So we're only taking fuel up there, and we're only taking grain up there. Because the problem at the moment is that we're nicking all of the crude oil from here and taking it up to be processed at this oil refinery instead of processing it at this oil refinery over here. You can see the production's down on this. This is usually maxed out 1600, but we're nicking oil for over here. And you can see it's making all kinds of rubbish now. Instead of making fuel, it's making oil, right? And that oil can then get made into plastic, for example. So it's probably shipping oil down to the is it shipping oil to the plastics factory? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's shipping oil to the plastics factory. So that is messed up. But the only way I can think to cure it is to force this to only carry fuel and then have another train which is grain. The thing is, it's really annoying because running it mixed like this allows me to just maximize the space, because all of the cars can carry every single thing that we want to carry up here. They can carry the fuel, and all the leftover space can be used up with grain, but that's not going to happen. So what I'm going to have to do is put a second line on here. I am wondering about, it's probably going to be a second set of tracks coming into here, so we'll have this quad tracked, and we'll just have a train that's a grain train running between here and here, and then we'll revert this to a fuel only train, which is a shame, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, moving along. So that means we've now got 2 farm loads of grain appearing here, in theory, over at this truck stop. That's where all the grain gets put, and then the grain gets shipped by these trucks. If I bring up the line, gets shipped over to the chemical factory, Tavistock chemical plant. Now at the moment we're getting the oil that's coming from this screw up, right? But it is what it is. And again, I'm not going to bother riding these because, to be honest, until I decorate this is, it's all a bit bland around here. I love the gurgling. Have you heard that before? The gurgling from the oil well. Yeah, I don't think they actually gurgle like that. Anyway, moving along. So, so then we make plastic over here, and the plastic gets shipped back on the same line over to this station, and then we've got a new line, and we've got a whole load of new tracks that I put in. Now I extended this out to 6 tracks because I wanted to add 2 new lines on here. I've added one, I haven't added the second one yet. The second one is just another line going from Tavistock up to Barking. You know, we normally have one line for fuel and one line for everything else. It's usually called goods or general. But basically we've got 2 lines going up there. Here we've only got one, and it's not that one. It's, here we go, Tavistock Barking fuel. I don't think, have we got a Tavistock Barking goods? Yeah, we have. Now, is that one that I've just added, or no? That's this funky train. Yeah, it's just a no-hab with 3 goods wagons, right? So what I've done is added this second set of tracks so that we can have a proper line going up there. So we'll have 2 dedicated lines just for shipping stuff between Tavistock and Barking. The third line, this one over here, which looks very, very red. I've used the rail-on. Let's jump on board you. This is for shipping the plastic up to the goods factory. And this is all new track. Now, I've changed the route of the track because the old track, I left the terrain as it was so that you could see. The old track kind of went pretty much straight up, and you had it really didn't. It wasn't kind to the terrain. We had a bridge here. There was another bridge up here. What I've done is changed it to follow the topology of the land, so that it stays much more level to the actual land, like all the way down. It's a much better route, much nicer route. So now that I've shown you that, I can very quickly get rid of this, and we'll actually have a ride up here because it's nice. Let's change the brush strength. Get rid of that. And I've done so much terrain smoothing today, you wouldn't believe. It's been crazy. Seriously, I had to stop because my mouse hand was just having cramps. And fix that through there. Come on. Fix. There we go. And that bit. And this bit up here. And there it was. Done. Right, so we'll have a ride up here, because this actually isn't too bad. It's still a little bit bland, but it's kind of okay. Now, the reason that I put this mixture of wagons is so that it can carry literally anything. It can carry any of the products we need between these two towns, as well as carrying the grain. So it can carry construction materials, tools, machines, you name it. So the train it's just some of these cargoes. We've used these before. We've used them like in many places around. I just use these plain cargo ones, which I think are the nicest. And then we've got a few of those container cars behind that. It's quite a nice train actually. What speed are we doing? 75 miles an hour. Not too bad. And as you can see, it's a nice, pleasant ride up here. I can't wait to do the scenery up here. It's going to be really, really nice. You're getting kind of up into the. It feels like you're getting up into the high country here. I want this to be, I think, a little bit sparser. I don't want it to be quite so dense and intense up here. Like as soon as I ride a train, I spot bits of terrain that need smoothing. It's as many out. Look, this needs smoothing out. As many hours as I spend on doing it, there's always more. There is always more. Now I'm going to pause for a second because we've actually gone past Barking. We went through Barking Station because this train is express all the way up to Maggle because it's taking the plastic up for the goods. So let's jump on board and first person, off we go. See, another bit needs smoothing over there. Bit smooth, needs smoothing here. I just spot it all over the place. There's so much of it that needs to be done. I'm gonna be doing it for days before this map is completely finished. But some of these bridges now are really epic. I love it when they get out to like about six track wide. You get a real sense of size to them then. And I don't know, they're just nicer. Just way nicer. I did a little bit of decoration on this side. Just a little bit. And I split the tracks. Because I had to redo this bridge and I split the tracks. So the centre pair of tracks are actually split around a pillar. Just for a bit of fun. Just to keep myself occupied, because it's not like I've got a lot to do or anything. And there we are, up at Maggle. Now, when we get to Maggle, we've got this station over here to Maggle Goods Factory, and it's just these blue Scania trucks, and we go through. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? Did this freaking ages ago, this interchange. And they're coming through the interchange to the goods factory, bringing the plastic. Oh yes. Now, let's have a look at this. What are we getting? The answer is not a whole lot of plastic. Because even though we're producing like a lot of plastic, not much of it is getting up here because it's being subverted. I think over to... Are you getting the plastic? Yeah, see, this is getting the plastic. The plastic is getting shipped from... It's getting brought back by truck over here. And instead of getting put onto this station, some of it is... Look, you can see. There's a tiny little bit of plastic here. Instead of getting put onto here and being sent up there, it's getting shipped via this cross-country line and then up to the machine factory, and it's being used up there instead, which is not what we want. So yeah, I've got to find a way to limit. So I've got 3 routes that I've got a problem with. I've got to stop the plastic going over there. I've got to stop the crude oil coming up here, and get the grain up here as well without moving anything else. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit problematic, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it. So there you go. Now, what else? What else have I done? I think that's pretty much it. I did have to swap over after the last episode. I did have to swap the coal line because this is the coal line over here. Now the coal line was on the outside line here, but when I moved the coal and iron, where's the coal and iron? We've got to go all the way down here to the iron factory. Here we go. It's the steel factory. Yeah. When I moved the iron, which I've renamed to iron and steel, when I moved the iron factory down here, I forgot that these two need to be on the same platforms. So then I had to swap this over with all the trains between here and Maggle. So Bognor, Settle and Maggle. And I tell you what, after I'd done that, these trains were in such a freaking mess. Oh my lord. I had so many issues to deal with. There's freaking tons and tons and tons of food over here that needs to get moved. What's going on? I think we need some more. How many vehicles we got? Come on, show me the vehicles. I bet we've got like 3 vehicles or something on here. Yeah, that's not enough vehicles to cover all of that. So probably the best thing to do is upgrade these. Let's replace these with some of these. Just I don't know, maybe these enterprise ones. Yeah, let's replace you with that. Replace now. Yes. And where is the... Oh, come on. There's got to be... Oh, there's one. There's a depot. That's a good spot. There's 2, in fact. Choose this one. Buy road vehicles. What did I put on? I put the enterprise ones on, didn't I? Let's get... About 15 more vehicles. Set you online. West Ham Fuel. Boom. And there was that done. Hooray. Okay, so... So in this episode, we're not going to see all of our towns miraculously full of goods, which is a bit of a shame because it would have been really nice to see that. But we will see that over the next episode or 2. But we have got this factory producing goods. We are seeing goods appearing, and those will be being distributed. So let's see. Maggle has got everything. And remember, this is EPEC. Every product to every city. Settle. Have you got every... Oh, no. Hasn't got any tools. So, everything's being produced at the moment is being soaked up by Maggle, I guess. So then he got down to Barking. Come on, Barking. Yes, Barking has received some. And down at Tavistock. I wouldn't have thought so. Oh, my God. One's got to Tavistock. Unbelievable, and yet true. And, of course, if it gets down to Tavistock, then it can jump onto this line and get sent across over to here and be distributed in this area, to Shepshed and Peacehaven and up to Cheshire. And of course it's going around that way. So distribution works really, really well. But I've created myself this problem with the oil and the plastic and the grain and whatever. So we'll leave it there for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed this episode as much as I have, because I've had an absolute freaking blast. I'm sure there's stuff that I've done that I haven't shown you, and if I haven't, then I guess, I don't know, it'll probably come to me and I'll show it to you in a future episode. And there is still going to be quite a few episodes, because even just doing the EPEC stuff is like, to finish it completely and fine tune it and make sure everything's fully upgraded and everything's getting around the place properly. That's going to take a few episodes. After that, like I said, I want to do passenger stuff. So there's going to be passenger trains going in, and then I've got to finish off all of the decoration. That's going to take freaking ages. Do some set pieces, put some villages in, and I want to put like electrical pylons in and telegraph poles and orchards and like lakes. I've got the lakes mod, by the way. I'll just mention quickly. I can't remember where it is. Is it in miscellaneous? No, it's not. It's in the trees. Yes, it is. Here you go, the lakes mod. And I want to use that to create some kind of alpine lake. So, for example, here, that perfect place to put a lake in. In fact, we could have another lake there, another lake going on over here. I'm going to clear all the trees out and stuff. But I'm sure there are going to be some other nice spots. And then those are going to be like the alpine lakes, like high up in the mountains. Probably one over here, for example. But then we want some down, you know, a nice lake somewhere in here, which would be kind of nice. But we kind of need everything done before we decide where we're going to start throwing lakes in. So there's that. I want to play around. There's a mod to do streams. I want to play around with that and see if we can, like, is it possible to link them up with the lakes, and how does it look, and can you integrate it with other stuff? And like, what else do I want to do? I don't know, about 500,000 things, like roughly, give or take 5, about 500,000. So there you go, guys. We'll leave it there. I've still got to finish decorating this. I've got to put in like 10 million of these containers over here before I can put in the concreting and put the fields around the place and whatever. But I don't know what you think, guys, but I think this has turned out pretty sweet. Love it when all these container trains are moving in and out. It's just beautiful. So there you go. We'll leave it there for this episode. Man, I need a freaking rest after this, but I keep saying it. Man, all this effort, it's so worth it because it looks so damn good. What a great game. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you for the next one. Peace out.